11
So today we are starting with the Shri Ishopanishad. Shri Ishopanishad is the knowledge that brings one nearer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so usually with the Ishopanishad we should start with the introduction. Okay, teachings of the Vedas delivered as a lecture by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada on October 6, 1969 at Conway Hall, London, England. Do you want to read somebody?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, today's subject matter is teachings of the Vedas. What are the Vedas? The Sanskrit verbal root of Veda can be interpreted variously, but the purport is finally one. Veda means knowledge. Any knowledge you accept is Veda. For the teachings of the Vedas are the original knowledge. In the conditioned state, our knowledge is subjected to many deficiencies. The difference between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul is that the conditioned soul has four kinds of defects. The first defect is that he must commit mistakes. For example, in our country, Mahatma Gandhi was considered to be very great personality, but he committed many mistakes. Even at the last stage of his life, his assistant warned Mahatma Gandhi, "Don't go to New Delhi meeting. I have some friends, and I have heard there is danger." But he did not hear. He persisted in going and was killed. Even great personalities like Mahatma Gandhi, the President Kindi, and there are so many of them make mistakes. To err is human. This is one defect of the conditioned soul. Another defect, to be illusioned. Illusion means to accept something which is not. Maya means what is not. Everyone is accepting the body as the self. If I ask you what you are, you will say, "I am Mr. John. I am a rich man. I am this, I am that." All these are bodily identifications. But you are not this body. This is illusion. The the third defect is the cheating propensity. Everyone has the propensity to cheat others. Although a person is full number one, he poses himself as a very intelligent, although it is already pointed out that he is in illusion and makes mistakes. He will theorize. I think this is this, but he does not even know his own position. He writes books of philosophy, although he is defective. That is his disease, and that is cheating. Lastly, our senses are imperfect. We are very proud of our eyes. Often, someone will challenge that, "Can you show me God?" But do you have the eyes to see God? You will never see if you haven't the eyes. If immediately the room becomes dark and you cannot even see your hand, so what power do you have to see? We cannot. Therefore, accept knowledge, Veda, and with these imperfect senses. Uh, with all these deficiencies in conditioned life, we cannot give perfect knowledge to anyone, nor are we ourselves perfect. Therefore, we accept the Veda as they are. Anybody else would like to continue?
You may call the Vedas Hindu, but Hindu is a foreign name. We are not Hindu. Our real identification is uh, Var- Varnasram or Varnasram denote the followers of Veda, those who accept the human society in 8 divisions of Varna and Asrama. There are 4 divisions of society and 4 divisions of spiritual life. This is called Varnashram. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, these divisions are everywhere because these are created by God. The division of society are Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahman refer to the very intelligent class of men, those who knows what is Brahman. Similarly, the Kshatriya, the administrator group, are the next intelligent class of men. Then the Vash, the mercantile group. These natural classifications are found everywhere. This is the Vedic principle, and we accept it. Vedic principles are accepted as axiomatic truth, for there cannot be any mistake. That is acceptance. For instance, in India, cow dung is accepted as pure, and yet cow dung is the stool of an animal. In one place, in one place, it is said that the stool of a cow is place. You will find the Vedic injection that if you touch stool, you have to take the bath immediately. But in another place, it is said that stool of cow is pure. If you smear cow dung in an impure place, that place become pure. With our ordinary sense, we can argue this is contradictory. Actually, it is contradictory from the ordinary point of view, but it is not false. It is fact. In Calcutta, a very prominent scientist and doctor analyzed cow dung and found cow dung and found that it contains all antiseptic properties. In India, if one person tells another, you must do this, the other party may say, what do you mean? What do you mean? Is this a Vedic injection that I have to follow you without any argument? Vedic injections cannot be interpreted, but ultimately, if you carefully study why these injections are there, you will find that they are all correct. The Vedas are not compilations of human knowledge. Vedic knowledge comes from the spiritual world, from Lord Krishna. Another name of Veda is Struti. Struti refers to the knowledge which acquired by hearing. It is not experimental knowledge. Struti is considered to be like a mother. We take so much knowledge from our mother. For example, if you want to know who your father is, who can answer you? Your mother. If the mother says, here is your father, you have to accept it. It is not possible to experiment to find out whether he is your mother's father. Similarly, if you want to know something beyond your experience, beyond your experimental knowledge, beyond the activities of the senses, then you have to accept Vedas. There is no question or experimenting. It is already been experimented. It is already settled. The vision of mother, for instance, has to be accepted as truth. There is no other way. Someone and all to read? Sanjay Prabhu, you are mute.
Where did you reach? I just get
The
down.
Vedas are considered.
Okay.
Yes, start from here.
Uh,
Okay, so let me start. No, you can. The
okay.
Vedas are
Okay. I
considered
can
to.
start. I
Okay,
can
okay, please.
continue.
Yeah, go ahead,
The
go ahead.
Vedas are considered to be the mother, and Brahma is called the grandfather. The forefather because he was the first to be instructed in the Vedic knowledge. In the beginning, the first living creature was Brahma. He received this Vedic knowledge and imparted it to Narada and other disciples and sons, and they also distribute it to their disciples. In this way, the Vedic knowledge comes down by disciplic succession. It is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that Vedic knowledge is understood in this way. If you make experimental endeavor, you come to the same conclusion. But just to save time, you should accept. If you want to know who your father is and if you accept your mother as the authority, then whatever she says can be accepted without argument. There are three kinds of evidence: pratyaksha, anumana, and sabda. Pratyaksha means direct evidence. Direct evidence is not very good because our senses are not perfect. We are seeing the sun daily and it appears to just like a small disk, but it is actually far larger than many planets. Of what value is this saying? Therefore, we have to read books, then we can understand about the sun. So, direct experience is not perfect. Then there is anumana, inductive knowledge. It may be like this. Hypothesis, for instance, Darwin theory says it may be like this, it may be like that, but that is not science. That is suggestions, and it is also not perfect. But if you receive the knowledge from the authoritative sources, that is perfect. If you receive a program guide from the radio station's authorities, you accept it. You don't deny it. You don't have to make an experiment because it is received from the authoritative sources. Vedic knowledge is called it Sabda Pramana. Another name is Shruti. Shruti means that this knowledge has to be received simply by oral receptions. The Vedas instruct that in order to understand transcendental knowledge, we have to hear from the authorities. Transcendental knowledge is knowledge from behind this universe. Within this universe is material knowledge, and behind this universe is transcendental knowledge. We cannot even go to the end of universe. So how can we go to the spiritual world? Thus, to acquire full knowledge is impossible.
Can I start here?
Yes, yes.
There is a spiritual sky. There is another nature which is beyond manifestation and non-manifestation. But how will you know that there is a sky where the planets and inhabitants are eternal? All this knowledge is there, but how will you make experiments? It's not possible. Therefore, you have to take the assistance of the Vedas. This is called Vedic knowledge. In our Krishna conscious movement, we are accepting knowledge from the highest authority, Krishna. Krishna is accepted as the highest authority by all classes of men. I am speaking first of two classes of transcendentalists. One class of transcendentalists is called impersonalistic, Mayavadi. They are generally known as Vedantists led by Shankaracharya. And there is another class of transcendentalists called Vaishnavas, like Ramanujacharya, Madhavacharya, Vishnu Swami. Both the Shankara Sampradaya and the Vaishnava Sampradaya have accepted Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. Shankaracharya is supposed to be an impersonalist who preached impersonalism, impersonal Brahman. But it is a fact that he is a covered personalist. In his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, he wrote, Narayana, the supreme personality of Godhead, is beyond the cosmic manifestation. And again, he confirmed that the supreme personality of Godhead, Narayana, is Krishna. He is he has come as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. He particularly mentioned the names of father and mother. So Krishna is accepted as the supreme personality of Godhead by all the transcendentalists. There is no doubt about it. Our source of knowledge is in Krishna consciousness is the Bhagavad Gita, which comes directly from Krishna. We have published Bhagavad Gita as it is because we accept Krishna as he is speaking without any interpretation. This is Vedic knowledge. Since the Vedic knowledge is pure, we accept it. Whatever Krishna says, we accept. This is Krishna consciousness. That saves much time. If you accept the right authority or the source of knowledge, then you save much time. Much time. For example, there are two systems of knowledge in the material world: inductive and deductive. From deductive, you accept that man is mortal. Your father says man is mortal, your sister says man is mortal, everyone says man is mortal, but you do not do experiment. You accept it as fact that man is mortal. If you want to research to find whether man is mortal, you have to study each and every man, and you may come to think that there may be some man who is not dying, but you have not seen him yet. So in this way, your research will never be finished. In Sanskrit process, it's called aroha, the ascending process. If you want to attain knowledge by personal endeavor, by exercising imperfect senses, you will never come to right consciousness, to the right conclusion. That is not possible. There is a statement in the Brahma Samhita: just ride on the airplane which runs at the speed of mind. Our material airplanes can run 2000 miles per hour, but that is the speed. But what is the speed of mind? You're sitting at home, you immediately think of India, say 10,000 miles away, and at once it is in your home. Your mind has gone there. The mind speed is so swift. Therefore, it is stated: if you travel at the speed of millions of speed from travel at this speed for millions of years, you'll find that the spiritual sky is unlimited. It is not possible even to approach it. Therefore, the Vedic injunction is that one must approach. The word compulsory is used. A bona fide spiritual master, a guru. And when and what is the qualification of spiritual master? He is one who has rightly heard the Vedic message from the right source, and he must practically be firmly established in Brahman. There are two qualities he must have, otherwise he is not bona fide. Shall I continue, Prabhu? This Krishna conscious movement is completely authorized from Vedic principles. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the actual aim of Vedic research is to find out Krishna. In Brahma Samhita, it is also stated Krishna, Govinda has innumerable forms, but they are all one. They are not like our forms, which are fallible. This form is infallible. My form has a beginning, but his form has no beginning. It is Ananta. And his form, so many multiform, has no end. My form is sitting here and not in my apartment. You are sitting there and not in your apartment. But Krishna can be everywhere at one time. He can sit down in Golagovinda and at the same time he is everywhere, all pervading. He is original, the oldest. But whenever you look at a picture of Krishna, you'll find a young boy, 15 or 20 years old. You'll never find him an old man. You have seen pictures of Krishna as a charity in the Bhagavad Gita. At that time, he was not less than 100 years old. He had great grandchildren, but he looked just like a boy. Krishna, God, never becomes old. That is his supreme power. And if you want to search out Krishna by studying the Vedic literature, then you'll be baffled. It may be possible, but it is very difficult. But you can very easily learn about him from his devotee. His devotees can deliver him to you. Here he is, take him. And that is the potency of Krishna's devotees.
Devotees.
So shall we end up here, Prabhu?
Uh,
Yeah, we have very few. Do you want to finish
Okay.
this one today?
Yeah, we
Originally,
can finish.
originally there was only one Veda, and there was no necessity of reading it. People were so intelligent and had such short memory that by once hearing from the lips of the spiritual master, they would understand. They would immediately grasp the whole purport. But 5,000 years ago, Vashved, uh,
Yes.
Vyasved put the Vedas in writing for the people in the age. Kali Yuga, he knew that eventually the people would be short-lived, their memories would be very poor, and their intelligence would be not very sharp. Therefore, let me teach the Vedic knowledge in the writing. He divided the Veda into four. Ragved, Sham, Atharva, Yajur. Then he gave the charge of these Vedas to his different disciples. He then thought of less intelligent class of men, Stri, Sudra, and Divij Bandhu. He considered the women class and Sudra class, worker class, and Divija Bandhu. Divija Bandhu referred to those who are born in the high family but who are not properly qualified. A man who is born in the family of Brahman but is not qualified as a Brahman is called Divij Bandhu. For this person, he compiled the Mahabharata, called the history of India, and the eight Puranas. They are all part of Vedic literature. The from Puranas, the Mahabharata, the four Vedas, and the Upanishads. The Upanishads are part of Vedas. Then Vyasadeva summarized all Vedic knowledge for the scholars and philosophers in what is called Vedanta Sutra. This is the last word of Vedas. Vyasadeva personally wrote the Vedanta Sutra under the instructions of Narad, his Guru Maharaj, spiritual master, but still he is not satisfied. That's a long story. Describe the Srimad Bhagavad. Uh, Ved Vyas was not very satisfied even after compiling many Purans and Upanishads, and even after writing the Vedanta Sutra. Then his spiritual master Narad instructed him, you explain the Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta means ultimate knowledge, and the ultimate knowledge is Krishna. Krishna says that throughout all the Vedas, one has to understand him. Vedas Vedas cha sarva aham eva vedhe. Krishna also says Vedanta karta Veda is it eva chayam. I am the compiler of Vedanta Sutra, and I am the knower of Vedas. Therefore, ultimate objective of each Krishna that is explained in all the Vaishnava commentaries. Commentaries on Vedanta philosophy. We Gaudiya Vaishnava have our commentary on Vedanta philosophy called Govinda Bhashya by Baldev Vibhushan. Similarly, Ramanujacharya has a commentary and Madhvacharya has the one. The version of Shankaracharya is not the only commentary. There are many Vedant commentaries, but because of Vaishnavas did not present the first Vedant commentary, people are under the wrong impression that the Shankaracharya is the only Vedanta commentary. Besides that, Vyasved himself wrote the perfect Vedanta commentary. Srimad Bhagavatam begins with the first word of Vedanta Sutra, Jamadya Asya Yata hai. And that's Jamadya Asya Yatha is fully explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Vedanta Sutra simplify hints at what is Brahman, the absolute truth. The absolute truth is that from where everything emanates. This is the summary, but is explained in detail in Srimad Bhagavatam. If everything is emanating from the absolute truth, then what is the nature of the absolute truth? That is explained in Sri Bhagavatam. The absolute truth must be in consciousness. He is self-effulgent. Sarvatra, we develop our consciousness and knowledge by receiving knowledge from others, but from him it is said that he is self-effulgent. The whole summary of Vedic knowledge is the Vedanta Sutra, and Vedanta Sutra is explained by the writer himself in Sri Bhagavatam. We finally request those who are actually after Vedic knowledge to try to understand the explanation of all Vedic knowledge from Sri Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita.
You are mute, Prabhuji.
Okay, sorry. So I was saying thank you so much, Prabhuji. So this first verse of so Janmadi Asya Yataha is the first verse of Shrimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Here it is. Janmadi Asya Yato Anvayat Itara Chartheva Abhinne Surat Tene Brahma Hide Adi Kaviye Muhyanti Yat Surya Tejo Vari Mitam Yatha Vinimaya Trisangam Risha Namna Svena Sada Nirashta Kuhakam Satyam Paramadhimani. That the Supreme Lord is the Satyam Paramadhimani. He said, like, I meditate upon him, the absolute truth. Okay, so we conclude our session here, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Correct.